Thanks for joining me, fellow nerds, and welcome back to Top 10 Nerd. I'm Amanda McKnight and I will be your host for this list. We've already counted down 20 alternative versions of Venom, but there is just too much amazing content, so we knew it was time to make a part 3 of our top 10 alternative versions of Venom. The new 2018 Venom movie has just come out and I want to know if you've seen it and what you think about it in the comments below. If you like Venom and if you love us at Top 10 Nerd as much as we love you, don't forget to give us a thumbs up. Now, let's get symbiotic. Number 10. Hail Hydra. During Secret Wars and following Captain America Hail Hydra, this series takes place in a time where Captain America is no longer the leader of Hydra. Thank goodness. He is helping lead the last of the rebellion against Hydra, who seemingly are in charge of pretty much everything now. In this world, Captain has a daughter named Ellie, who saves a mysterious man named Nomad. These two escape after, you guessed it, Eddie Brock, bonded with Venom, and his team of Vipers show up. Vipers are ladies who are also wearing the symbiote and are controlled by Venom. In this reality, Venom enters the comic by killing the universe's Tony Stark and later this universe's Captain America. Regardless, Ellie and Nomad get away. Eventually the symbiote catches up with them and manages to bond with Ellie. So we get a wicked badass version of Captain America's daughter Ellie as Venom. She appears very in control of the symbiote and is actually able to kick butt in the name of good while in control of it. Number 9. Spider-Man and the Power Pack from 2007. In this version of Venom's tale, he is bonded originally to Eddie Brock and is very similar to our Earth 616 version of him, despite that this comic takes place on Earth 5631. Eddie Brock is separated with a sonic blaster by Spider-Man, who has some help from the Human Torch. And here's where this story gets interesting. Brock is placed under arrest, but the symbiote gets away and is found by a fashion designer by the name of Rudolfo. Rudolfo uses the symbiote to design clothes with, and 6 months later has a fashion show. Who models in that fashion show? You guessed it, Mary Jane Watson. When the Venom symbiote realizes that Peter Parker is in the audience, it freaks out and turns all the fashion models into Venom. Yeah, pretty awesome. Later, the Power Pack shows up to defeat the symbiote, where it bonds with Energizer, aka Katie Powers. Katie Powers is a kid of about 7 or 8 in this version of the Power Pack, who can hurl balls of energy from her chest. She's traditionally known for being one of the youngest superheroes. Energizer then joins the Sinister Six, and they actually manage to kidnap Spider-Man. A pretty impressive feat. Number 8. Thunderbolt. V.E.N.O.M. Also known as Variable Engagement Neurosensitive Organic Mesh. That's a mouthful. This version of symbiote was produced by the Osborn Corp and is used when the Thunderbolt department is marched in under the command of Norman Osborn. Luckily, this Earth 138 Spider-Man, also known as Spider-Punk, Hobby Brown, manages to take him out with an army of amps and punk rock. This Venom is portrayed as being creepy, and heck, to be honest, I just love this universe. Number 7. 1602 EDWIN BROCC. In this version, Venom appears as a demon being hunted by witch hunter Angela. He also appears to have a bewitching effect on the ladies. He is a warlock with potion making abilities that he uses on the most beautiful ladies of the village to make them fall in love with him. Although this doesn't last long, as he fights Angela, transforming into Venom, and is defeated. Still, if you haven't read or looked at the 1602 comics, I highly recommend it. The Witch Hunter series art is spearheaded by Stephanie Hans, with Irene Coe joining her for pencils and ink, and Jordi Belair joining her for colors in issue number 2 of the series, where Venom appears. Number 6. 2015 Civil War Venom. During the war between Iron Man and Captain America, the symbiote Venom gets a new host, Clint Barton. That's right, Hawkeye. This version has the skill of Hawkeye and the abilities of Venom. Pretty neat, right? Clint Barton seems very in control of this Venom during the symbiosis and is presented in a sleek alternate version of the Venom symbiote. He also doesn't talk as much as almost any other version of Venom. In fact, I'm not sure he utters a word in the comics at all. He doesn't need to talk to take out King Ock though. King Ock is a combination of Kingpin and Doc Ock's tentacles. Kingpin killed Doc Ock to get them and attach them to himself. However, this resulted in his brain being fried by the tentacles, who did not like their new host very much, leaving Kingpin a corpse that the tentacles had full control of. If you can imagine how big and scary this villain is, you can imagine how cool it is when Venom, Hawkeye, takes him out with a symbiotic bow. Number 5. Venom in the Spider-Man 1990s animated series. As you may already know, I'm a huge cartoon nerd, so I couldn't have a Venom list without mentioning one of the many Spider-Man cartoons. This is a great and classic rendition of Venom. One of the things I I love about this series story is how obsessed and crazy Brock and the symbiote are together. Everything is blamed on Spider-Man, and if they could just destroy him, maybe everything would finally work out for Brock. This version of Venom is strong, insane, and ruthless. Also, fun fact, Hank Azaria, who does the voice for Moe on The Simpsons, also does the voice for Venom in the show. Number 4. MECH-SUIT Venom. In the Edge of Spider-Geddon, we get to see what Venom would look like if it were a mech suit. This Venom is referred to as Ven #M and ends up being deployed by Addie Brock, who expresses she feels a great connection with the suit. However, the programming ends up malfunctioning and she loses control. Seriously, if someone turned this idea of Spider-Man and Venom as mech suits into an anime, I would watch that. Number 3. Venom in Spider-Girl from 1999. In this comic, Venom bonds with a few different people. It bonds with Peter Parker and tries to kill Parker's family, but his daughter May as Spider-Girl stops him. The symbiote also later bonds with Normie Osborn, son of Harry Osborn. When Normie bonds with the symbiote, they actually become a hero, trying to do good. Normie and the symbiote prefer not to go by Venom though, as Venom was the name of Eddie Brock and the symbiote when it was combined. Kinda odd since Venom usually otherwise seems okay with this. In the end, the symbiote bonds with May Parker when she is badly wounded. It heals her and in the process kills itself. Number 2. Venom Flash. Venash? Flashnum? They may not have a great ship name, but boy, do Flash and the Venom symbiote make a strong team. After the Flash lost his legs in the Iraq War, he bonds with Venom after he was enlisted in Project Rebirth 2.0. The symbiote creates legs for the Flash again so he can run around. This version of Venom combines the Flash's powers with the symbiote's powers, meaning that he has Spidey sense, can shoot webs, climb walls, is super strong, and he can even heal injuries and rid other people's bodies of impurities. Number 1. Venom the 2018 movie. Okay, I know there is some contrasting opinions. Do we like it or don't we? But this list is not about the whole story. This is a list about the awesome versions of Venom. And although I too had some issues with the 2018 film in its entirety, I cannot deny that I enjoyed Tom Hardy's portrayal of Eddie Brock as Venom. Although the original storyline shares some overlap with the film, there is quite a lot that is different. Eddie Brock's weakness is usually that he feels incomplete without Venom, that he feels as though he is lesser of a person without Venom due to his own low self-esteem and feelings of worthlessness. That and probably his hatred of Peter Parker and the symbiote's hatred of Spider-Man, which prevent Venom from living their own full and independent life. In this version, Eddie Brock is portrayed as, I would say, an overly confident guy, and it is his own passion for always doing the right thing and his own hubris that leads to the loss of his job and his fiancée. This film more explores the buddy-buddy dynamic of the symbiote, Venom, and Brock. In fact, this is not so much a codependent relationship as an equal one. There is a give and take between both, and although the two don't need each other, they choose to be with each other. Okay, so the symbiote needs to achieve symbiosis to live, but it could arguably do that with someone else. I personally love how funny, terrifying, and fun this rendition of Venom is. And that was our top 10 alternative versions of Venom, part 3. Do you like Venom better as a villain or an anti-hero? Let me know in the comments below. I'm Amanda McKnight, this is Top 10 Nerd. Thanks for joining me, and don't forget to click that subscribe so you never miss another nerdy list.